Bentley ignores the haters and will build that SUV monstrosity. Volkswagen revives its sedan flagship for 2015, and Pirelli World Challenge and TruCar driver Shea Holbrook stops by the FLD set, so we'll find out what she's up to and what she thinks of women in racing. What's up, everybody? I'm Derek D. You are watching Fastlane Daily, and it's Thursday. So yeah, just do it. Boom.
You gotta learn how to win. Take each step to become a champion.
Do you recall that massively blinged out Bentley concept SUV from Geneva that looked like a big pig? Well, it looks like they're dead set on defying the negative reviews and building the EXP 9F anyway. At least Bentley changed the name. That's all I'm saying. EXP 9F is just terrible. Anyway, a Bentley spokesman confirmed the SUV is coming maybe even late this year and will receive a few tweaks before it hits production. And I hope those tweaks include a little less chrome, less falconry, and a little more of the designs that make the Continental such a pretty boat, because that's nice. And it's been a while, but for those of you who don't recall, VW had a halo sedan slotted above the Passat in both size and luxury. That was called the Phaeton. And even though it didn't sell in very high numbers at all, it was still a pretty awesome poor man's Rolls Royce. Well, it looks like VW is going to give it another shot in 2015. It will be based on the Audi A8 and will shed a bunch of weight compared to its predecessor thanks to an aluminum body. I've heard of a body of bronze, but aluminum? Pretty impressive. Or as some of you say, aluminium. But here it's aluminum. All right, coming up next, live in studio, Shea Holbrook. Oh, don't know who she is? Have a look at this. Everyone, please welcome to the show TruCar sponsored racing driver Shea Holbrook. How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
It's good to see you.
Good to see you.
All right. Now, let me just ask you a couple questions. First off, how old are you and where are you from? That's nice and easy.
I'm 22 and I'm from Orlando, Florida.
So originally from Florida. You travel around a lot though in the race series, right?
I get my residence is in Florida, but this entire year in 2012, I've been like all over the place. It's been great.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's
life's
fun.
good.
And you're 22 years old and you're doing what you love to do.
I know, absolutely.
Always a positive. Well, obviously you're a racer, so how did you get into racing and who are some of your sponsors?
You know, I don't have like the traditional story, Derek. I started literally 6 years ago, and I am the first generation in my family to be in motorsports. So typically, like, you know, it's generational. It's grandpa, dad, son. In my case, it's daughter. I literally started 6 years ago. What got me hooked was I did a retro pity experience, and I was 15, and I was a passenger, and I took literally one lap around. We ended up doing 3, but my first lap around, I was hooked. It's like the best drug ever, I swear to you.
And then you got your license.
Yeah, I got my license. I did club racing for 3 years, and then in 2010, I debuted my first pro race. And then ever since then, it's been great. Things have been gravy, actually. The end of 2011, I picked up a new sponsor called TruCar. TruCar is an online database company that provides upfront transparency pricing on new cars, used cars, TruCar.com. Just go to it and you'll figure it out.
And how did they help your career in particularly? Like, what was it?
You know, honestly, you know, it's not everybody watching Fastlane Daily. It is not a secret that motorsports is an expensive hobby and career. So from the checkbook standpoint, they actually helped me out a lot. Let's be honest.
That's
here.
Great.
But they also gave me every time I was on track, they gave me a coach. So I have 2 of the best coaches in the industry, and I definitely became a better racing driver because of like analyzing data. This was like the first year that I was actually able to like analyze data, and that's what racing's all about as a race car driver. So it's like get in the car, get out of the car, analyze data, talk to fans.
Every millisecond counts. Well, you were just in the Fireball Rally, right?
Yeah, I just did the Fireball Rally.
And I believe you won your class.
Yeah, kind of won my class. It's a big deal, you know, no big deal, right? We're in New York City, so I can do that.
Brush them off. You know what you won? A sweet ass plastic sign, but it is pretty cool.
Yeah, no, honestly, I've never been more proud of a plastic sign in my life. But the Fireball Run is a really cool adventure rally. So it's you have to get from like point A to point B based off of clues. So I literally only knew where I was going to like sleep at night, which was kind of a cool way to live. The whole entire purpose behind it is to help aid in the recovery of missing children, which is really sweet because if you think about like when a child goes missing, after a year, that kid has no voice. So the Fireball Run is not a charity. The whole purpose of it is just to give that kid a voice again, and you get it like really attached to him.
Yeah.
And I actually met a dad that of a child has a missing child, which like.
It's a good cause. It's always good to race for a good cause. Yeah. Let me ask you this: is there a racer out there that is like your role model or someone you look up to, guy or girl?
There's actually like quite a few people that I look up to. There are, I really admire certain characteristics of people. Mm-hmm. This might sound corny and everything, but I really look up to my dad. And my dad and I like butt heads sometimes, like it's no one's business. But I work with my parents. My dad is my team owner and manager, and my mom does all the logistics.
Keeping it in the family.
Keeping it in the family,
nice.
Man. And no, but there's like Lynn St. James. She was a successful racing driver and is currently helping women in motorsports kind of with their foundation. And gosh, there's like I could just ramble off a bunch of names. I mean, in my series, Randy Popes, Andy Pilgrim, they're two world-class race car drivers, and they've kind of pulled me underneath their wing a little bit, so it's been cool.
What do you think about women in racing? Danica Patrick in racing. Without me giving you my thoughts of it, what just do you think of Danica Patrick in racing?
Well, women in racing, I mean, there's not that many of us. So it's actually the racing community is large, across the world, but it's actually a pretty tight-knit niche. And the women in racing is really small. So all the girls kind of know each other, even if they don't know each other personally, they know of each other.
Right.
And DP, Danica Patrick, I mean,
DP.
Yeah, DP.
Yo.
Every once in a while, they're like, "You're Danica Patrick." I'm like, "No, I'm not. I'm Shea Holbrook."
A lot of people are like, "Oh, she's just a pretty face, and she's just in Maxim." And
yeah,
all these,
she's not in NASCAR for just for that. She's got to be able to drive.
But what do you think about that? Do you think is it more of like they're using her sexiness to?
Oh, for sure.
To be more,
oh yeah. No, come on. Like let's not read between the lines here. Let's just say it like it is. No, definitely. Like she's become a sex icon for racing, and if that helps open doors for women, so be it. People ask me, oh well, are you going to strip down to a bikini? And I'm like, I have no intention on doing that. But I'm not going to say never. But that's just not really who I am.
Right.
But I mean, hey, if being a female helps gain exposure, then so be it. But to be honest, the people in the industry are the only ones that I really care that have an opinion of me. Mm-hmm. And I think people in the industry will say, like, you do a little bit of everything. Like, you play up the girl aspects a little bit when you need to, and then when you don't, you don't. You're just a racing driver.
Right.
And that's what's cool.
You know what? As I think you should. Let me ask you this. What's something we could do, or in general, the world can do to get more women in racing, to get it more out there, to get it more popular? Or do you think it's just going to kind of stay this way? Like, you're going to have mostly guys and then girls speckled in?
I think it's going to be more like what you just said, the second one. I think it'll be more of a male-dominated thing because let's just face it, girls when they grow up, it's kind of like, why do they have to get pink? Why do they get Barbies? Like, I never wanted Barbies. Like, I had a Barbie just to fit in.
Yeah, you only got it just to...
Yeah, just to fit in. But I do think, it would be kind of like speckled that there'll be girls here and there. The whole purpose of TruCar Racing's Women Empowered is to give the opportunity because a lot of times girls just don't have the opportunity. Yeah. And a lot of times, my dad invested a lot of time and money in helping me get to my career, where I am today at least. And
good on you, Dad.
Yep. Thanks, Dad, Mom. But a lot of times, like dads, they don't even truly believe that their daughter can do it. And I think there was like a pivotal point like a few years ago where I was doing really well in a race car, and my dad kind of turned to me and he goes, "Crap, you might have something here." And I think that was like the point where we went running. Before that, I was a competitive water skier, so family orientation in sports have always been like something that I've been involved in. So
in that you were wearing a bikini.
Yeah.
So competitive water skiing, should be wearing a bikini, just like But anyway, so real quick before we go, where do you see yourself in 5-10 years from now in the racing world?
Yeah, well, I'll drive anything at the end of the day. I just want to be behind a race car or behind the wheel. But I would really like to be a factory paid driver in American Le Mans series. There's like some talks here and there about future and racing is the most inconsistent thing ever. So things are always changing. But I see myself staying in the United States, but I do want experience over in Europe.
Yeah, get over there.
Yeah.
Nürburgring?
Yeah, no, I haven't been over there yet, but I
drove it in a minivan.
Hot.
Whatever.
Real hot.
Hang my hat on that one. Anyway, Shea Holbrook, thank you for stopping by. Listen, look out for Shea Holbrook, guys, all right? And you can also follow her on Twitter at Shea Holbrook.
Shea Racing.
Shea Racing.
Everything's Shea Racing.
Yeah, SheaRacing.com.
Yep.
At Shea Holbrook on
Yep.
Twitter as well. Thank you for coming by.
Yeah, thanks.
We're going to go high five in front of the
we
green
go.
screen. Sorry, Max. We did it. Thank you for stopping by. Come back
Thanks.
again.
I will.
Visit.
Thanks, guys.
Awesome. Double guns. Boom. Well, that'll do it for Fastlane Daily today. Thanks again to Shea Holbrook for stopping by. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, okay? And we're on Facebook, like us there. YouTube, subscribe. We're on iTunes as well. And now, again, we're on Instagram. So, yeah, our username is Fastlane Daily right there on Instagram. Also, get yourself a T-shirt if you want to represent FLD. All right, everybody, I'm Derek D. You guys have a great day, and I will talk to you. What, Max? When am I going to talk to him again?
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow. That is right.
It's good. Belly button.
You know what I get all the time? The people are like, oh, cool, that's Shea. Like, Shea, that's a sweet name. What's your full name? Shea. So, what do I do in New York? I'm only here for like a day and a half.
You guys going to go out and rock out?
Yeah, where are we going to go? You going to come? You guys going to come?
You know, Museum of Natural History is pretty freaking awesome, though.
All right, that sounds good.
Ow, we're living in the fast lane, baby.